BASANO vase
Ooh,
was
I know this
created
one.
as a wedding gift in the 15th century, but the bride was killed on her own wedding night, leading to rumours that the vase was cursed. The vase was then passed down through the bride's family over several centuries, reportedly causing death for almost all of its owners. Eventually, a family member saw the unusual pattern of deaths associated with the vase and locked it away. The vase wasn't found again until 1988, with a note inside that read, "Beware, this vase brings death."
I love the story of the BASANO vase because vase. I can't believe I said vase. Should I say vase? Vase. It does sound weird for me to say vase as opposed to saying vase. Chris, say vase.
Vase? Vase.
Yeah. You know what? I just try to avoid using words that make me uncomfortable. That's a great MO, Chris. That's great. I love that. Yeah, some people just love their wedding gifts so much they just don't want to let them go. You know? But the question is, was the vase cursed before it met the bride and that's why she died? Or was the BASANO vase cursed after she died?
We know about the assassination of John F. Kennedy, but that was far from the only premature death in the Kennedy family. JFK's oldest brother, Joseph P. Kennedy, died during action in a plane crash in 1944 at the age of 29. Their older brother, Robert F. Bobby Kennedy, was also gunned down after winning California's presidential primary at age 42, as well as one of their sisters, Kathleen Cavendish,
oh my God,
who died in a plane crash at the age of 28. And that's just Ted Kennedy's kids.
Yeah, the Kennedys have it rough. They have it really, really rough. Didn't one of them have like a lobotomy too that like turned into a vegetative state? Like just awful. Oh man, the Kennedys, I believe it. The Kennedys are definitely cursed. Definitely cursed. Hey everyone, welcome back to Top 10 Central Dark. I have my mug again and I'm in the same outfit. Guess which day I filmed the other one. Today we are covering real curses that might actually exist. And yeah, they probably do. They probably do exist. So far, I've been very impressed with the ones I've seen. And I'm convinced, I will say. I'm convinced. Anyways, let's get started.
His favorite car was his 1955 Porsche 550 Spider, which he nicknamed Little Bastard. When he first saw it, fellow actor Sir Alec Guinness, best known for his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, said that he felt that the car seemed sinister and warned Dean that if he got in that car, he would be dead within a week. Literally 7 days later, James Dean was killed in a car wreck while driving that car. But the curse did not stop there. Since then, many people who have come into contact with the car have been severely injured or killed.
Is that the power of suggestion, though? Right? Is that just like Alec Guinness kind of just rubs that off on him and then maybe Dean couldn't stop thinking about it and that it just happens within a week? Maybe, but I mean, there's the film Cars, right? People have married cars. Yeah, that's an actual thing. People have actually developed romantic feelings for their cars, so maybe there is something to a couple pounds of paint and some gears and an exhaust.
Painting by BRUNO and AMADIO. The painting was mass-produced and was very popular in homes in Britain between the 60s and 80s. But it seems that whomever hung the painting in their home also brought a terrible curse upon their house, because firefighters in the UK reported an alarmingly high number of houses burning down that owned the Crying Boy painting. But the weirdest thing about this mysterious painting is that when the firefighters examined the rubble of the burnt houses, the Crying Boy painting remained unburned, in pristine condition.
Yeah, so creepy. Super creepy. Everyone, have you ever come across a painting that you're just like, I can't stare at that too long because there's just something about it that is eating away at my soul? I feel like that's the Crying Boy painting. I mean, nobody likes to look at kids that are crying. It's so sad. But for some reason, people loved this painting and it burnt their house down.
Tecumseh's curse goes by multiple names, including the 0-year curse and the 20-year curse, although no matter what you call it, the details remain just as weird. The legend says any president elected in a year ending in a 0 will die during their presidency. Elected in 1860, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated during his time in office. Elected in 1880, James A. Garfield would be assassinated just 7 months into his presidency. Elected in 1900, William McKinley was also assassinated.
What? Well, that's kind of terrifying. Because wasn't Chris, am I wrong to say that Biden was elected in 2020, right? I'm just getting the years confused because it feels like all 1 year. You know what I mean? I hope this isn't true for his sake. That would be really scary. And he's such a nice guy. He seems nice. But he's very old though. He's very old. Like, I feel like you could sneeze and blow him over.
27 Club is the name given to a group of famous musicians who have all died at the young age of 27.
Oh, yeah.
Some well-known members of this club include Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Brian Jones, Amy Winehouse, and of course, Jimi Hendrix. But that is far from all. There are in fact a total of 50 members of the 27 Club, dating as far back as 1892. The 27 Club continues to collect members to this day, with the most recent addition being a famous Bosnian pop singer named Sladana Guduris, who crashed her car and died in December of 2014.
Oof, that's a rough car crash. That looks awful. Yeah, I've heard of the 27 Club. It was, I loved it when one of my friends said that to me. They were like, it's the 27 Club. And I'm like, I don't really want to think about that at the age that I'm at. But here we are. Now you know my age, so that's weird. But I had to bring it up. Luckily, I'm not a musician. It's just a hobby. And I'm never going to pursue it professionally.
An innkeeper who brought the stone from India to Paris was torn to pieces by wild dogs in Constantinople. A son who stole a jewel from his father and later committed suicide. A Russian prince named Ivan Kanitovsky who bought the diamond and was subsequently killed by Russian revolutionists. But whilst he was alive, Kanitovsky loaned the diamond to his lover, who was then murdered by Ivan himself. The diamond was acquired by the Smithsonian Institution in Washington DC in 1958 and has remained there undisturbed ever since.
Oh, it's so pretty. That is a diamond that you would die for, it sounds like. So this whole story makes sense to me. That's way too beautiful. But at the same time, it's the same question that BASANO asked. Was it the first death that triggered all the curses, or was it the first death that triggered the curse, or the opposite? Was it already cursed?
Egyptian King Tutankhamun's tomb. The tomb was opened on November 29th, 1922, and not long after, several members of the discovery team, including the chief financier for the excavation, died. A total of 8 people involved in King Tut's discovery lost their lives in mysterious and bizarre ways, including severe fever, asphyxiation, arsenic poisoning, and infected mosquito bites.
Yeah, totally believe this curse, for sure. I either believe it, 1, for mystical reasons, or 2, because the ancient Egyptians were really, really crafty and they were able to like create booby traps that would kill people if they tried to disturb the graves because of looting and things like that. So I do believe this for scientific and mystical reasons, because it is fun to believe the mystical side, but scientifically, makes sense. But there was one guy who like sponsored the whole excavation, and he died very mysteriously from like I can't remember, but that's also weird too, because he wasn't directly at the grave, but he did still die mysteriously, which leads me to believe the mystical aspect of it, because why not?
Shortly before filming even began, the Omen star Gregory Peck's son killed himself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Afterwards, on the way to filming, Peck's plane was hit by lightning. So was the scriptwriter's plane and the executive producer's plane. During shooting, the hotel where the producers were staying was bombed by the IRA. Ooh. And so was the restaurant that the directors and actors were scheduled to eat at. Also, a tiger handler that helped with the filming of The Omen was eaten alive by the tiger.
I love Gregory Peck. He was great. I loved watching like his movies because I watched a bunch of old movies when I was younger. I didn't know anything about the filming of The Omen, and I didn't know it was that creepy, so that's insane. They had like 20 omens before the filming of The Omen. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and Chris has been behind the camera saying some really weird, funny things today. Anyways, until next time, take care, and especially this season, stay scared. Gotta get my witch mug. Same day, same coffee. Unless they're supposed to be scary. Okay. But I didn't know any about that. Anyways, let's move on. Oh, right. I have to tell you what it's about. Real curses that might actually exist. I like this guy. He's good. Oh, is this gonna be? Oh, okay. Let's do this one. I'm excited. Yesterday I forgot that this week was the last week of October because I've just been so scattered, and then realizing that it felt like all 1 year, like this entire time, 2020. It's still 2020. It is not 2021. We are not heading to 2022. It has just been 2020 this entire time. Anyways,